Hey there, it's Bobi, aka Paginator, and it's time for our July TBR game. July is going to be busy reading month for me. So many things are going on. I am doing my bingo game that we did last month, and there's also Summerween happening. Sharkathon is happening, which there will be an announcement for that in the not too distant future. And yeah, it's going to be a lot. Plus, now here's the part where you might think I'm insane. Back in April, Jade from JD Ray Reads did a 30 books in 30 days challenge, and I commented on her wrap-up video for that and said, wow, this is really inspiring. I'd love to try it sometime. And she said, oh, I hope you do. And like her response, I don't remember everything she said off the top of my head, but it just made me feel like it would mean something to her if someone else did that too. And since July has 31 days, I want to see if I can read 31 books in 31 days. Whether that's audiobooks, ebooks, physical books, etc. I'm gonna try it. I might lose my mind. Obviously there will be less time for crafting unless I'm doing a whole lot of audiobooks during that time, so we'll see. I kind of have plans for how to handle that. But anyway, let's get into the bingo rolls and all that stuff. I am doing my bingo game, which was originally inspired by Kaylani at Kaylani Simply Reads, so thank you, Kaylani, for the inspiration. And how I do this is I film the rolls beforehand, all the rolls, with the bingo game and the ruler, and then I go find books for what ones I can. There are some that I have to do here on camera, right, like live for you guys, and then I come back and film and show my choices and cut that intermingled with the rolling of the bingo thing. When you see me doing the bingo rolls, I'm going to be wearing a different shirt. What happened was, sorry, someone honked when they were driving by. Don't know why. What happened was, after I filmed the bingo rolls, I went to the kitchen to get myself a cold drink and accidentally spilled stuff all over. And it was a light colored shirt. So I have now changed shirts. Oh my gosh, I can hear people talking outside and it's after 10 o'clock at night. Why? I don't want to go close the window because it's bloody hot in this house. I can't film with my fan on. Okay, I think they've walked past now. All right. Let's get into the game. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the rolls, and I'm gonna try to hold the cage so that I don't spill things everywhere. And here we go. We start off with 066. So 066 is a shelf/book number generator. All right, so first roll, we got 066, a shelf/book number generator. So I will do a screen recording, and when I do random generations, I like to hit 3 times. The first number that will come up will be a shelf number, and then the second number that we do the 3 times will be the book number. So then I'll have to go to that shelf and get that number of book off the shelf. Okay, 17 and 2. I'll be right back. Okay, we have The Peach Rebellion by Wendelin Van Dranen. This is a book that I got ages ago after hearing about it at a training about books for young adults, and it's historical fiction. Let's read the synopsis. Ginny Rose Gilly is back in town and Peggy Simmons is over the moon. The Gillies, or maybe Gillies, probably Gillies, worked the harvest at the Simmons' peach orchard, and then the girls And the girls were the best of summer friends when they were young. That was years ago, and so much has changed. The whole world went to war, but the bond between the girls is as strong as ever. Life is more complicated at 17 than at 7, though, where Ginny Rose and Peggy just click. Ginny Rose and Lizette, Peggy's new best friend, just clash. Can a girl who spent most of her life migrating from one shanty town to another and a privileged banker's daughter ever see eye to eye? The one thing Ginny Rose and Lizette do agree on is that Rodney St. Clair is not the right boy for Peggy, but tell that to Peggy's love-struck heart. Family feels more complicated too, or maybe it's that these girls are not willing to accept things as they are anymore. This summer, they will each take a stand. It's a season of secrets revealed, of daring plans to heal old wounds, of hearts won and hearts broken. A summer where everything changes because you're 17 and it's time to be bold, and because it's easier to be brave with a true friend by your side. Okay, next up we have... Where's the number? I-18. I-18 is a random color generator. Rule number 2, we got I-18, a random color generator. So once again, I'll do a screen recording and I'll generate 1, 2, 3 colors. Well, that didn't go so well. The third one was your choice, so let's go with the first color that came up, which was honey. All right, I think I've got a good one. This is The Ogress and the Orphans by Kelly Barnhill, and I feel like the fire and this scene here is very honey colored. Okay. This says, maybe the ogress thought this was the place where she could belong. Stone in the Glen, once a lovely town, has fallen on hard times. Fires, floods, and other calamities have caused the people to lose their library, their school, their park, and even their neighborliness. The people have put their faith in the mayor, a dazzling fellow who promises he alone can help. After all, he is a famous dragon slayer. At least no one has seen a dragon in his presence. Only the clever children of the orphan house and the kindly ogress at the edge of town can see how dire the town's problems are. Then one day a child goes missing from the orphan house. At the mayor's suggestion, all eyes turn to the ogress. The orphans know this can't be. The ogress, along with a flock of excellent crows, secretly delivers gifts to the people of Stone in the Glen. But how can the orphans tell the story of the ogress's goodness to people who refuse to listen? And how can they make their deluded neighbors see the real villain in their midst? So, this should be fun. Alright. So far, no bonus pulls, and no numbers on the board either. B7. B7 is a middle grade. Rule number 3, B7, a middle grade. And I have had this one sitting around for a while, and it will help with the Summerween prompts. And it is going to be Witchlings by Clarabelle A. Ortega. Can 3 witchlings do the impossible? Every year in the magical town of Ravenscale, young witchlings participate in the Black Moon ceremony. They participate in the Black Moon ceremony, are placed into covens, and come into their powers as full-fledged witches. 7 Salazar can't wait to be placed in House Hyacinth. Hyacinth. She's worked so hard to get the best possible placement and to avoid being a spare, a leftover witch with lesser powers looked down on by everyone. But on the night of the ceremony, 7 isn't placed into House Hyacinth or in one of the 5 covens at all. She's a spare. Even worse, when 7 and the other 2 spares perform the magic circle to seal their coven, it doesn't work. They're stuck as witchlings and will lose their magical abilities for good. 7 invokes her only option, the impossible task. The 3 spares must defeat the dreaded Night Beast. If they work together and succeed, they'll gain their full powers. If they fail, well, the last coven to make the attempt ended up being turned into toads forever. I believe this is a series, but I'm not sure. So, anyway, it sounds fun. Round and round she goes. B10. Here's B10. And it says TBR game. So I think that means I have to play a different TBR game to find my next read. And this is a multiple of 5, so that adds another roll onto our list. I think I jinxed myself. Rule number 4, we got B10, a TBR game, and had to add an extra roll. I grabbed my TBR cards that I had made years ago. Hardly ever used them. These lovely square cards right here. And we're going to give them a little shuffle and pick one out. Square cards don't do that nice, like, satisfying shuffly thing as easily as rectangle-shaped cards. What do we have? Reread a book that you loved. Yay. Ta-da-da-da! I grabbed Persuasion by Jane Austen. I have several copies of this, but this is just the easiest one that I had to grab. This is my favorite book of all time, and I have been on this like kind of weird thing where I want to read Jane Austen in the woods. I don't know why. So, if you're unfamiliar, Persuasion follows Anne Elliot, who used to be in love with a man named Frederick Wentworth, and still kind of is, but was persuaded to not marry him when he asked because he wasn't wealthy enough. And so her rich friends, the friend of her mother, persuaded her to say no, and he has resented her ever since. But now he's made all this money in the war and become this wealthy captain and doesn't really love her anymore, or does he? And can they persuade each other to give themselves and their romance another chance? Or will they be persuaded to say no to each other once again? Roll number 5. G53. We have one on the board. G53, Amnesia. So a book that I've forgotten about because it's been so long on my shelves. I don't think I said at the beginning of the video, but we will be doing a hat pick and the wooden dice roll as well. So let's see where this ends up. I need lots of books for July anyway. It's okay. So roll number 5, G53, Amnesia. So when I originally created this game, I think that I made this prompt with the intention of a book that you kind of forgot about. So I just kind of perused along some shelves and I saw the spine of this one, like, what's that? And kind of forgot that I had this one. This is The Fairfleet Affair. It is a middle grade mystery and it is by K.H. Saxton. Follow clues, solve puzzles, crack the code, find the missing millionaire. The celebrated museums of the Fairfleet Institute are known for curating the mysteries of humanity, but they don't solve mysteries. Luckily, 12-year-old friends Alex Foster and Asha Singh of the A&A Detective Agency do. Or they will once they get a real case to test their skills. When Dr. Alistair Fairfleet, the Institute's eccentric chairman, disappears on the first day of Alex and Asha's summer vacation, they receive a letter written by the missing millionaire inviting them to a mystery involving complicated clues and puzzles. It's just the case they've been waiting to tackle. As the kids track down the clues, they uncover art forgeries, archaeological crimes, and Fairfleet family secrets. Alex and Asha's partnership is tested, and they are forced to confront the legacies of the people and places they admire most. It's time for a Dr. Pepper break. Roll number 6, G59. Another one on the board right up here. G59 is a 5+ word title. G59, we have a 5+ word title, and I'm going to go with a book that I recently purchased when I was traveling, and you may have seen it in my traveling haul. This is A Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab. I know it's been out for ages, but I just never read it. So here we go. Kel is one of the last Antari, magicians with rare coveted ability to travel between parallel Londons, red, grey, white, and once upon a time, black. Kel was raised in Arns, Red London, and officially serves the Marish Empire as an ambassador, traveling between the frequent bloody regime changes in White London and the court of George III in the dullest of Londons, the one without any magic left to see. Unofficially, Kel is a smuggler, servicing people willing to pay for even the smallest glimpse of a world they'll never see. It's a defiant hobby with dangerous consequences, which Kel is now seeing firsthand. After an exchange goes awry, Kel escapes to Grey London and runs into Delilah Bard, a cut purse with lofty aspirations. She first robs him, then saves him from a deadly enemy, and finally forces Kel to spirit her to another world for proper adventure. Now perilous magic is afoot, and treachery lurks at every turn. To save all of the worlds, they first need to stay alive. Roll number 7. I didn't catch it. B6. And it is on the board. So B6, novel YA poster. So I have a poster that's like 100 novels, YA novels to read or something, and I have to pick one from there. Do I still have the poster? Rule number 7, we got B6, the novel YA poster. And I showed you the tube where the poster was. I unrolled it and I would want to show you on camera, but there's no way I'm going to be able to show you everything. Basically, it's a scratch off, like a giant scratch off card. And it has a selection of YA books it suggests that you read. And so I found one on Libby. It's not available right now, but my hold is like 2 weeks wait, which is fine because it'll still be July by then. So I am going to be listening to The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I'm not 100% sure how we say that last name, but I am going to be reading to you the Goodreads synopsis. This is the story of what it's like to grow up in high school. More intimate than a diary, Charlie's letters are singular and unique, hilarious and devastating. We may not know where he lives. We may not know to whom he is writing. All we know is the world he shares. Caught between trying to live his life and trying to run from it puts him on a strange course through uncharted territory. The world of first dates and mixtapes, family dramas and new friends. The world of sex, drugs, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show when all one requires is that the perfect song on the perfect drive to feel infinite. This is another one that I know, like, a lot of people will be like, why haven't you read this one yet? It's been out for ages and ages and stuff. I just haven't. Rule number 8. 074. 074 is also on the poster. It's on the other side of the 53. We go this way. Sorry, you can't see the whole thing very well. 074. Sci-fi, dystopian, or steampunk. All right, we have got 3 of the O's now. And again, sorry, that's not in view. Actually, why don't I just turn the camera? There you go. So you can see there's 3 of them. We're missing 68 and 60. Or excuse me, 68 and 73. Rule number 8, 074, sci-fi, dystopian, or steampunk. Now, there is a series that I haven't finished yet. So Shatter Me, like, I read the first 5 books a long time ago. Book number 6, haven't read yet. Imagine Me. Okay, so that's going to be my pick for this one. I will read the synopsis of book number 1, Shatter Me, because I don't like to spoil series and stuff for you guys. So this is by Tahara Mafi, and here it is. I have a curse, I have a gift. I am a monster, I am more than human. My touch is lethal, my touch is power. I am their weapon, I will fight back. Juliet hasn't touched anyone in exactly 264 days. The last time she did it was an accident, but the reestablishment locked her up for murder. No one knows why Juliet's touch is fatal. As long as she doesn't hurt anyone else, no one really cares. The world is too busy crumbling to pieces to pay attention to a 17-year-old girl. Diseases are destroyed by the population, food is hard to find, birds don't fly anymore, and the clouds are the wrong color. The reestablishment said their way was the only way to fix things, so they threw Juliet in a cell. Now so many people are dead that the survivors are whispering war, and the reestablishment has changed its mind. Maybe Juliet is more than a tortured soul stuffed into a poisonous body. Maybe she's exactly what they need right now. Juliet has to make a choice. Be a weapon or be a warrior. Rule number 9. I-27. I-27 is a TBR steal, so I need to look at someone else's TBR and take a book from theirs. Rule number 9, I-27, a TBR steal. So I went to Jade's channel and had to go through a couple of her videos to find a book that I haven't read. But in her April TBR, which is the month that she did the 30 books in 30 days, she had on there Witch Hat Atelier, and I have volume 1 on my Kindle available to read. So, I am going to read the little synopsis for you. A touch of magic in a world where everyone takes wonders like magic, spells, and dragons for granted. Coco is a girl with a simple dream. She wants to be a witch. But everybody knows magicians are born, not made, and Coco was not born with a gift for magic. Resigned to her unmagical life, Coco is about to give up on her dream to become a witch, until the day she meets Kifri, a mysterious traveling magician. After secretly seeing Kifri perform magic in a way that she's never seen before, Coco soon learns what everybody knows might not be the truth, and discovers that her magical dream may not be as far away as it may seem. Rule number 10. I-22. I-22, a big book. Rule number 10, I-22, a big book. Because of course we had to get a big book. So I am going to go with a book that's 500 some pages, Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This is another that's first in a series, and I got this a while ago, and a couple of my students have said, Miss Page, you really need to read Powerless. And I'm like, I know, I need to get to it. So here's my chance. Only the extraordinary belong in the kingdom of Ilya, and the exceptional, the elites. The elites have possessed powers for decades, gifted to them by the plague, while those born ordinary are just that, banished from the kingdom of Ilya and shunned from society. No one knows this better than Peyton Gray, an ordinary posing as a psychic to blend in with the elites. But when she unwittingly saves one of Ilya's princes, Kai Azer, she's thrown into the purging trials, a brutal competition showcasing the elite's powers. If the trials and opponents within them don't kill her, the prince she's fighting feelings for will, if he discovers what Peyton is, completely ordinary. It sounds good. It's been recommended by some of my students who read a ton, and I'm excited to get to it. Rule number 11. G49. G49 is a POC author. Rule number 11 is G49, a POC author, and in a recent Fairy Loot, I happened to get a book by a POC author. This is The Floating World by Axio, and here's the synopsis. Ex-soldier Sunho lives in the underworld, a land of perpetual darkness. Possessing just his name and sword, he comes across the score of a lifetime, a chest of coins for hunting down the girl who wields Silver Light. Ren is a spirited acrobat traveling with her family, but everything changes when they're attacked by a demon. Desperate, Ren releases a blast of silver light and kills the monster, but cannot save her beloved uncle from grievous injury. Determined to save him from succumbing to the poisonous wound, Ren sets off for the mountains, where the creature came from, which happens to be where Ren herself fled from 10 years ago. Her path collides with Sunho's, but he doesn't realize who she is. As the two grow closer, it becomes clear their paths and destinies are more entwined than they could possibly have imagined. Okay, just 2 more left to go. We're going to do our hat pull and then roll our wooden dice. And the game will be done. Of course, we know that I need to read a lot more than 13 books in July. What am I doing to myself? Okay. As usual, just as a heads up, the books in this hat have not been updated forever, so there's potential to draw one out that I have already read. Case in point, first one, no good. Give me something good, please. Read that one too. Maya and the Rising Dark. I don't think I've read this one, but I may have taken it to school. Let me see if I've got it here. I do. This is a middle grade. It is by Rena Barron, and it says, 12-year-old Maya is daydreaming about summer break in her Southside Chicago neighborhood when she witnesses the color bleed from the world. She's the only one who sees it and the other weird occurrences, like the were-hyenas stalking the streets at night, not to mention there's a scary man made of shadows plaguing her dreams. Her best friends try to find a reasonable explanation, perhaps a ghost uprising or a lunchroom pudding experiment gone awry. But to Maya, it sounds like something from one of Papa's fantastical stories or her favorite Oya comics. When Papa goes missing, Maya is suddenly thrust into a world both strange and familiar as she uncovers the truth. Her father is the guardian of the veil between our world and the dark, where an army led by the Lord of Shadows, the man from Maya's nightmares, awaits. Maya herself is a godling, half Orisha and half human, and her neighborhood is a safe haven, but now that the veil is falling, the Lord of Shadows is determined to destroy the human world. Maya will have to unlock her hidden powers, save her father, and bring order to the world before darkness consumes it. She just hopes she can do it in time to attend Comic-Con before summer's over. Yay. We love a Comic-Con girly. Alright, lastly we have our wooden dice, and in case you're wondering why there's an empty gap, it's because there was like this big packaging lump inside. Don't know why they didn't just make a smaller box. But we're going to roll each dice. I'm not going to point the camera at the thing because I'm too tired. So one dice will tell me a genre, one will tell me where to get the book. And the first roll says TBR pile. And then for a genre, we have mystery. I think I can use my new Book of the Month book for this one. So we have The Ghost Writer by Julie Clark. And the synopsis tells us, June 1975, the Taylor family shatters in a single night when 2 teenage siblings are found dead in their own home. The only surviving sibling, Vincent, never shakes the whispers and accusations that he was the one who killed them. Decades later, the legend only grows as his career as a horror writer skyrockets. Ghostwriter Olivia Dumont has spent her entire professional life hiding the fact that she is the only child of Vincent Taylor. Now on the brink of financial ruin, she's offered a job to ghostwrite her father's last book. What she doesn't know, though, is that this project is another one of his lies, because it's not another horror novel he wants her to write. After 50 years of silence, Vincent Taylor is finally ready to talk about what really happened that night in 1975. So, I think we could qualify that as a mystery. Maybe it's more of a thriller, but you know what? There is no thriller category on this dice, and we're just gonna go with it, right? Okay, here's my big stack. Of course, if I make it to the 31 books, I'm gonna have a whole lot more, but this will give me plenty to read. And you know, summer is not supposed to be a time that I am super stressed. So if the 31 book thing gets to be too much for me, I'm just gonna cancel it. Okay, but do let me know if you're interested in seeing any kind of vlogging with the progress of the 31 book situation during the month of July. Because if you'd like to see it, I need to know that you'd like to see it, so hit me up in the comments. Let me know how your reading is going this summer if you're a reader. If you're not and you just want to say hi, leave me a smiley face or a thumbs up emoji, or like the video. Easy to do. Have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.